Man, listen, man. I got to be honest, man. This is my opinion. I want to start off by saying this. This is my opinion, and this is just based off of my experience in dealing with certain personalities in certain roles. So I want to start off by saying that, and I'm not, you know, my opinion is just based off my professional experience, and I would say when it comes to Coach Prime, what I'm seeing from the headlines and all of that, this brother don't know what he doing. This brother don't have a clue what he doing, and uh, I feel very comfortable saying that from my opinion. From my opinion, you seeing so much turnover, and the dude is, kind of doesn't come across as a very mature person. Just as a personality, as in the character that he's playing. So I know, hey, look, man, if I send my kid down to Bobby Bowden, there's a certain level of, or some of those other dudes, from back in the day, we know that there's certain expectations you're going to have from the foundation being stable, the person potentially being a little bit more mature and having an actual vision, a plan for these kids. I mean, Deion, and if I'm being real, I would say he comes across more or less, hey, I'm just trying to be in the news. I'm just trying to make a headline for having the number one recruiter, this person or that person, or hey, a new soundbite. But do I get the feel or the impression from a professional standpoint that this brother would have a game plan or some sort of tried and true process that he used to grow these kids within even the cornerback position? I don't. I would say with that type of personality, it would be hard for him to have a scripted process that he uses that's tried and true, where he's going to impart something to leave these kids, uh, you know, better, or he's recruiting people into a system. I don't know, man. I think Deion is exactly what you get, a showman. That's it. But we see the fruits, and we can't ignore these fruits, man. We see Cormani, Mcclain, whatever. Yeah, he always got something to say, and I think for me, that's something there that I'm really not appreciating seeing from a brother that's got the Hall of Fame and all this, that, and the third. We've seen that before with people like Michael Jordan. Well, yeah, they great talents, but he can't tell you how he does it because he didn't get it the same way that some of these other kids would have to get it by being technically sound. Deion was just very talented. He was faster than the receivers, and we got to be honest, back then the receivers were not as good as they are and as fast as they are today. So if Deion was in today's NFL, I don't see him being nowhere near this, I'm going to shut down half the field. No, that's because the receivers he was going against, they just were not as good. They were not as fast, not as talented, not as big, strong. He didn't see anything like a Megatron back then. Come on, man. So we got to be honest about what we're seeing, what we're experiencing, and when it comes down to Deion, as a coach, we don't have any track record to go against what I'm saying. The only person that he has is Travis Hunter, but we saw what happened with him under that little dude. I don't even remember what. I think it was Colorado State or something, or the Beavers, or Oregon State. I don't even know. It was some no-name receiver that just put the business. I mean, he put Travis Hunter through the ringer. It ain't matter if they put Travis on him. That dude burned Travis apart, and we see Travis really, hadn't been able to get his physique that strong. The one receiver, that one safety that put that lick on him, man, he damn near broke him in half. So, I'm not seeing anything from that Deion is growing and developing to include even his son. I'm not seeing any of the fruits, from his position to say, oh yeah, his son is a shutdown corner or Satan. No, his son just come up and hit every so often. If it's he could just tee off on the guy and the guy's smaller. But, where are the fruits? Where is the track record? And I think a lot of kids are just going over there because, hey man, they want to do a pro-black thing, and potentially, hey, it's Deion, the prime time, the glitz, but you got to be able to put your vision on a bit to see through the noise. Now, a lot of these other parents around here that are sending the kids there, a lot of them may not have that kind of critical lens that may come from a brother like myself. They may not have a brother like myself in that corner that's saying, hey brother, let me ask you some real questions on here. Now, if we send him here, what type of program are you using? And who have you seen or gotten the results from that will help you demonstrate that this is gonna work for my son? Why are you recruiting my son? See, some of it, man, Deion is just trying to stay relevant. It's almost like and this again, just my opinion, just my assessment on what I'm seeing, and how he's moving, as him logically tying these things together. As he want to stay in the headlines. He's like, hey, look, man, I'm just trying to keep it popping. I need to be in the headlines. I'm not trying to be behind the scenes working on my system that I have. And I'm like, we seeing multiple kids who, were ball players at different schools, come in for a little bit and leave. So something on the onset is telling me, okay, why is Deion bringing all of these kids in when he really hadn't really assessed these kids? Because if he's doing a good job on the front end, you shouldn't have so many people leaving, because you should be trying to get them in your system and getting them to be refined and purified into your way of your style of play that you're trying to see for them. One thing that I again, man, is two big, huge red flags that we cannot ignore is Deion does not have a track record, man. He has a salesman type of style, and here's the thing, man. I haven't seen that from a Nick Saban, or Nick Saban. He's not a flashy guy. He's not just trying to be all in the camera and all of that. But behind the scenes, he's doing a lot of the work behind the scenes. So it's like, hey man, we see with Diddy and some of those other people like that too, with that type of approach. I'm not saying anything about nothing negative about Diddy or anything, but I'm just saying, we see the fruits, of what happened with those types of personalities. I mean, we could go on and on and on. Don King, that's another one. That type of personality. Hey, man, hey, y'all, look, they're always in the thing, always. Man, I'm telling you, bro, they spend that. You only have but so much time in a day. So when you see them constant, oh, I got to shoot another commercial here, I got to shoot it, I got to go over here, I got to shoot, hey, I got to shake this hand. Now he's saying he ain't even doing no more, no home visits no more. That's because that time, man, you only have so much time. So I'm just telling y'all, man, from my assessment, if I had a kid, there's no way in hell I would send him over there to Colorado, because it's a clown. To me, it's a clown show from the onset, and he would have to demonstrate to me that, from the coaches that he just brought in, and his mindset of going to this transfer portal to be some end-all solution. He wanted the other coaches to train them up, teach them the techniques, get them sound, and then they showing the results. And hey, yeah, we'll just offer them a little bit and bring them on over. See, but he doesn't. That just shows that that's not how any of this works, man. If any of you guys out there have jobs, you know that, hey, man, even if a guy worked at a different plant, at a different company, yeah, he could have been great over there, but they had a system perhaps that person fit in. So if your company start hiring a bunch of people and then firing them and hiring some more, hiring and firing, you'll be looking. We know how we would look at this, man, in any other context. So I think we need to kind of keep that sober-mindedness as we kind of look at this situation and evaluate what we're seeing. Why is HR hiring all these people that's not qualified and turning them over, in the second? So that's saying, okay, well, if he already got how many positions they need and the skill set they need and these kind of requirements on the system that they have, why are they having so much turnover? It don't make sense, man. Ain't no even the McDonald's, they know the type of people that that they want to get up in there. And so I'm just saying to you, man, like we gotta be real about this, and we gotta look at this critically. We've seen this with Jay Morrison. Jay Morrison was another one that just kind of came up in my feed a little earlier. That a whole lot on the showman. Anytime you see a big time showman, you better have them point you to the man of substance behind it that's making it work. And right now we see that Coach Prime from the offensive side, they already lost that person. Now they just brought in another unproven person on Warren's side. Warren, yeah, he had a lot of talent. Again, man, it's a big red flag when you see people who got it off talent, because it's hard for them to coach you that may not have the talent on how to appeal. Some of that stuff, man, is much harder to teach. And honestly, when you get somebody who potentially was not great, but they have a track history of making and coaching grades, that's where you want to go. Sort of like LSU back in the day, man. They had so many DBs coming out of there, but you look at that coach, man, I would think going into it that I would be able to lose the dude. So we just got to be real about what we're seeing and what you're experiencing, especially when you talk about y'all young boys going out over there trying to play for Coach Prime because you want to get in the limelight. You got to be real about where you're at, in your skill set and your ability, and also in what this brother is trying to do. What is the depth? I would tell him, look, I need to see, your plan. I need to see the 3-year plan. I would put him through that level of scrutiny, and y'all be crazy not to. Hey, brother, let me see your business. You would almost want to say, I want to see your business model. If you don't have it written, get up out of there. Because he just doing this, it feels like I'm winging it. I'm winging it. I can't believe these people gave me this money. I'm over here. I'm going to wing it. As long as I can wing it, and so long as I get my son through, I'm going to keep them in the limelight. And that's all we see is the same couple people. So I'm like, the writing is on the wall. You just got to better read actions and not what you want it to be or what you think it could be or whatever. And you got to kind of manage that risk. Hey, what if this brother is another, like some of these other people? This is just my assessment. What if he could be another Jay Morrison type or we go on and on and on. Y'all know we got plenty of them type of brothers who the Lord told them something. They got a dream. We go on and on and on. Of that type. So if it's my son, bruh, we know our community especially is ripe with charlatans. And we know what them charlatans are normally like, man. They good showmen, man. They great showmen. They're excellent with the words and the getting your attention and all of that. But it's normally not a lot behind it. So, again, that's the challenge, man. Show me somebody that Deion has really nurtured, has really grown. And do not say Travis Hunter, because, again, I'm not. He's just a phenom in the sense that he's playing both sides of the ball. But I'm not. Where's that growth? And we, that one kid that burned him all game long, and then they kept running crosses the other game with, I believe that was UFC. It's been a little while now, and I got a lot of stuff on my plate. But, Deion, it blew the big lead. It's just ridiculous, So I just hate to see you kids, any of y'all kids going over there to Colorado, man. If you don't have a dad, come tag me. DM me, whatever, man, on some things or questions that you might have, or even if you want to know what questions I would ask Deion before going in there. You know, you want to get people like that on substance. You know, you want to make sure that they got some level of buy-in too, because you know that's going to show you how committed they are to you. Yeah, it's one thing, hey man, yeah, I got 40 more recruits. Hey, I ain't hard to find. This is nonsense, man. This should be easy to spot, man. So y'all let me know what you think, man. If you really can find some examples that can really shut me down, hey man, that's cool. I'm willing to change my opinion, but this is my opinion on Deion Sanders, and to me, the biggest red flag there is. And if you understand our community, you would know. We've seen this before, y'all. We done seen this so many times. Man, we done seen this in churches, and I mean, come on, y'all. Y'all know we done seen this. This ain't nothing new. We know this. So like, come on. Let's be real. Let's be real. There's somebody at y'all mama house probably last week that's over there selling them wolf ticket. Oh yeah, baby. Hey, yeah. I got a check that's gonna come through from the government, and once I get that, that's this. That's all this is. We gonna win, and we gonna win. And he just pitched it, you know. But he pitched it to some people who never really, you know, probably got that pitch before. So it hit them fresh. It hit them hard. I believe. Damn, goddamn. You know, but y'all know we didn't hear. Come on. Y'all know how many times y'all touch and agree, especially in the black church. See that you go to a place like Colorado or Utah, man, you can run that type of, you can run that type of game easy, man. That's why a lot of brothers wind up going to them parts of the country, and you be like, dang man, how does brother go get that, this woman or that woman? That's because they never heard these types of things before. But you see how they wind up being left. At the end of the day, it is what it is. But now if they were to try that in Philly or New York or whatever, we done heard it all before. We know that big red flag when we see it, and all that smiles and all of that, the gold and all that. Yeah, we man, that's the biggest red flag, that there ain't gonna be no substance behind it. And I'm telling you now, this brother don't know. This is my opinion. This brother don't have a clue, and he just happy to be there, and he probably more or less surprised he even being able to get this. That's why he's so trying to get as much money as he can right now, which is another red flag. Brother want all the money now. Hey, sell them glasses. Hey, get over there. Hey, tap dance, son. Hey, get on the runway. Because they trying to get it all, because they don't even, man, listen, man, when you ain't in no rush, and ladies, look, you got a dude that's getting at you. Hey, come on, girl. Hey, come on to my house. Hey, he ain't got no long term. He in a rush. It's for a reason, man. Again, these are all big, huge. I mean, these flags so big. This is like one of them big United States flags that they have on a military base. But just imagine that just being red. That's how big of a red flag this is for many of us who are in some kind of business profession. We know this, bruh. I don't even know how they pulled this off in Colorado, and it has made them a lot of money, and I'm sure they know that. So that's how they got all that money on the front end. So they already loaded in. They probably did know that, hey, this potentially could be a charlatan. So we're gonna bring him in with $5 million, but it's gonna be over over 10 years. We ain't got the money, but we're gonna believe. Just with his marketing, that hey, we're gonna be able to dupe enough people up front. This is my opinion. Now, I'm not saying that this is exactly this is just my assessment on what happened. And there's no way in under God's name that I would send my son over there at all. Especially with these unproven coaches, just hype. He's not selling systems. What system does Warren Sapp have to develop talent? Who has Warren Sapp ever developed. He's just coming in, hey, I'm Warren Sapp. Hell no, man. That's why I said we got to get off that, man. We got to get it. And listen, and there's no offense to anybody, but I'm gonna name one more person, Umar Johnson. When we talk about Umar Johnson, we're not leading with substance. You know, so we have seen this before, y'all. So a lot of y'all don't really know, but you know, I'm gonna set this here. That's it, man. I'm out.